Hello and welcome to Ritual Flow. Well, today we have a balancing chair yoga class. So whenever you're ready, grab your chairs and let's get started. We're going to begin by grounding our feet firmly into the earth. Get comfortable on your chair. You could sit back or you can sit up straight, whichever you prefer. We're going to let the hands relax down into our legs. And when you're ready, I welcome you to close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath. Inhale deeply. Hold gently at the top. And full exhale completely. Inhale, hold gently, and exhale fully. One more big inhale through the nose, hold, and full exhale, relaxing down. Wonderful. On your next inhale, we're going to bring our awareness down into our feet. Feel the sensation of your feet grounding down into the earth, rooting into the ground, feeling into all the little sensations from the tips of your toes to the heels. Breathing into your feet. Inhale deeply. As you bring your intention up into your ankles now. Breathing into the space that your ankles take up. Inhale. And bring your awareness up into your knees. Breathing into the space that your knees take up. Now up into your hips. Breathing into the hips as they ground down into your chair. And up your spine now. Taking a deep breath in to expand your spine. And exhale to relax it down. Take a nice deep inhale in. And bring your awareness throughout your entire body now. Feeling into all the little sensations that come up. From the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Breathing deeply into your body. And feeling the sensations that arise. Taking a moment to listen to your body and what it might need from you today. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, gently bring your chin down to the chest, stretching the back of the neck. With an inhale, we're going to roll that chin towards one side, ear to shoulder, stretching one side of our neck. And with an exhale, let that chin roll back down towards the chest and then up towards the other ear to shoulder. Exhale that chin right back down towards the chest, up towards your other shoulder and all the way around this time. Giving me nice gentle circles with the head. Awakening the body here. When you're ready, reverse your circle. We'll do one more circle and come back to center. Wonderful. Since we'll be working on balancing today, let's warm up our feet and ankles to begin. We're going to extend one foot straight out in front of us. And I want you to flex that foot as much as you can, pushing that heel out. And then we're going to spread those toes as much as you can. We really want to activate and shake those little toes as much as you can because we're going to need them. So spread the toes and flex the foot. And then give me a nice point of that foot, bringing those toes together, extending them forward. Inhale to flex that foot once again and spread those toes. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex, open. Spread the toes and point. And flex and spread. And point. Wonderful. Shake out the ankle here, side to side, forward and back. Give me some circles with that ankle going one way. And we'll take it the other way. And shake out that leg and bring it down. Let's take it to the other side. Extend the other leg out in front of you. And give you a nice flex of that foot. And go ahead and spread those toes. Maybe shake them around a little. Find some sensation in each one of your toes. And then we're going to point. Pulling those toes forward. Inhale to flex that foot. Spread the toes. Point. Flex and spread. Point. Flex and spread. Point. And flex and spread. And point. Wonderful. Shake out the ankles side to side. Up and down. Now give me some circles. One way. Really rotate that ankle as much as you can. And then take it the other way. Nice big rotations. And shake out that leg. And bring it down. All right, for our next exercise, we'll warm up for our feet and ankles. Let's ground those feet firmly into the ground. We're going to do a little shuffle. We're going to begin with our feet parallel on the ground. And we're going to take our toes and point them outwards, bringing our feet into a V. And then we're going to take our heels and raise them up and out so we have our feet parallel once again. Take our toes, lift them, and spread them out, making a V. And then lift the heels, spread them out, back to parallel. And we're going to do the same thing, but taking it inwards. We're going to raise the heels this time and bring them in for a V. And then we're going to lift the toes and bring them in. Parallel feet. Lift the heels, bring them in, V. And lift the toes, bring them in. Parallel and together once again. Let's do that again. Let's lift those toes, push them out into a V. And we lift the heels, send them out, plant them down. Lift the toes, face them out, plant them down. Lift the heels, send them out, plant them down. And back in. We lift the heels, bring them in to a V, plant them down. Lift the toes, bring them in, plant them down. Lift the heels, bring them in, plant them down. And lift the toes, bring them in, and bring them down. Parallel feet back together once again. All right. Sit that spine nice and tall. Relax your hands and give me a nice big cleansing breath. Now let's warm up our legs. Plant one foot down, and we're going to raise one knee towards our chest. Go ahead and catch that with both hands and bring it into your chest as close as you can. And just hold here. Give me a nice 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Release gently. All right, plant that foot down now. And we're going to raise the other knee into the chest. Go ahead and grab that with both hands, nice and steady, into the chest. Give me another 3 breaths on this side. 1, 2, 3. Release. Bring it down. All right. We're going to inhale to bring our hands out to the side. I want you to make sure that your hips are fully grounded into your chair. We're going to work on our core balance and activate our abdominals so that we can use them later while we balance standing up. So, bringing those hands out to our side. Make sure your core is nice and engaged. Tighten it up. And we're going to lean over like a little airplane to one side. I make sure that this hip is not coming off. I don't want you to fall off the chair. I simply want you to engage that core so you can bring yourself back to center. To the other side, keeping that core nice and engaged, feeling the weight, and bring yourself back to center. We're just bringing our balance off. We're going off balance a little bit and bring it back. Going off balance a little bit. Don't let that hip rise. Bring it back up. And bring it over to one side. Lift. Tilt. and center, tilt, center, tilt, and center. Exhale, release your arms. Maybe shake them out a little bit. Great job. Oh, that was great. We are activating our core. We're going to do a similar exercise coming up, but this time we're going to raise our hands over our head, bringing our hands in prayer on top of our head. We're going to do the same concept, keeping that core nice and tight. It's going to bring us back to our center line. This time, we're going to lead with the hands overhead. We're going to tilt as far as you can. When you feel off balance, use that core to bring you back in. We're going to tilt, take us off balance a little, and bring us back to center. We tilt, back to center. 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 You got this. Tilt, back to center. One more. Tilt, and bring it back to center. Woohoo! Getting our balance on. All right, we have done the sitting portion of our class. Let's take a nice deep cleansing breath. And we're gonna stand up now to get to our balance practice. Let's go. All right. We're gonna bring our chair next to us to begin. I want you to stand right next to your chair so that you can hold on nice and tight. And we are going to plant our feet firmly into the ground. Now, we're going to begin with some toe heel lifts to activate our feet, because our feet are some of the most important parts of our balance. We need to be able to sense the ground throughout our feet so that we can use them to come back to balance like we were doing on our chair. So to begin, go ahead and grab onto the chair or your table, whichever is close. If you'd like to do this with two hands standing directly in front of your chair, you're welcome to do this too. Be as secure as possible. And we're going to lift the heels, coming onto the tippy toes. Wonderful. We're going to hold for a second. And then we're going to bring those heels down. And I want you to lift the toes up off the ground as much as you can. Try to spread them as much as you can as well. And then release those toes. Lift the heels. Exhale to bring the heels down. Inhale to lift the toes up. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, toes down. And inhale, heels up as far as you can. Hold on to your chair. We're going to hold here, finding that balance in our tippy toes. Maybe we'll do one hand, maybe the other hand. Play around with it. You got this. Hold those tippy toes. Give me a nice big inhale. Exhale, release those heels down. Whoo! Shake those ankles out. Great job. All right, take a breath here, planting those 2 feet together. If you need to hold onto your chair, take a nice deep breath in. Full exhale out. Wonderful. And we're going to do that again. You got this. Let's go. Let's hold on to that chair once again. Plant those feet parallel to the ground. And when you're ready, nice deep inhale to lift the heels. Come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, lift toes. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, lift toes. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, left heels. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, lift toes. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heel down. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, toes down. And inhale, heels up. Come on to the tippy toes. We're holding this one. You got this. Let's practice that balance. Maybe one hand comes off the chair. Maybe the other. Maybe both. Ooh, okay. You try it out. Play with it. You got this. Hold those tippy toes strong. We are burning our calves here. Exhale, release. Shake it out. Woohoo! You did it. Those ankles, those calves, those toes are activated. We're getting it. All right. We're moving on to our next exercise. This one should be a little bit better. We're going to plant both feet nice and grounded on the earth, parallel to each other. Once again, you can grab onto the chair with both hands, looking forward, or you can stand aside and hold on with one hand. We're going to do slow and controlled marches. The point of this exercise is so that you feel your weight transferring from one foot to the other. And we can begin to trust our bodies to stand on one leg at a time. So holding on to that chair, we're going to lift one knee up. Take a second and bring it down. Other knee lifts and down. Making sure our core is nice and tight here. Inhale to lift that knee. Hold it here using that core. Exhale down. Inhale, other knee lifts. Hold. Exhale down. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, lower. Make sure those shoulders are pushing back. Your posture is nice and straight, keeping that core nice and activated. Lifting that knee. Exhale down. Inhale, lift the 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 knee. And down. And lift. And down. Wonderful. We're going to inhale, lift one knee. We're going to hold here as much as you can. You got this. Press your weight into that standing foot. If you need to bend that knee just a little bit, Go ahead and do so. You got this. Take a nice deep breath in. Full exhale out. And release that leg. Shake it out if you need. Wonderful. You balanced on one leg. Now let's do it on the other side. We're going to ground the other foot now. Make sure you're holding onto your chair there. And we're going to lift the other knee. You got this. Hold here. Engaging that core. Standing tall. Focus. Deep breath in. Full breath out. And release the knee. Shake it out. Wonderful. That's been great. You've been doing great. All right. Let's move on to our next exercise. Okay. For the next exercise, I want you to have your chair next to you so that you can hold on with one hand. Then we're going to ground the inner foot, the foot that is closest to the chair. It's going to ground down into the earth, and we're going to bring the weight onto that leg. Your opposite leg is going to extend forward first. And I want you to practice your balance, so we're going to lift the toes just a little bit off the ground. If you must, the ground is there. You can put the toes down if you're not fully comfortable. But try to keep the toes off the ground, even if it's a little bit. Wonderful. From the front, we're going to bring the foot back together. And then we're going to kick that same outer foot out to the side. Also, keeping the toes off of the floor a little bit. Bring that foot back together. And then we're going to kick it back. Turn to show you. We're going to kick it back. Also, hover the toes just a bit. And bring it back to center. Wonderful. When you're ready, you can go ahead and bring one arm to your hip, other arm secured on your chair. Give me a nice big inhale. Exhale, kick it forward. Bring it back. Kick it out. Bring it to center. Kick it back. And center. Forward. Center. Side. Use that glute. Center. Kick it back. Use that glute. Center. Forward. Center. Side. Center. Back. Center. Forward. Center. Side. Center. Back. Center. And release and relax. Shake that grounding leg out. It's been doing the work. Great job. We're building the strength on our standing legs, and we're bringing some trust, moving our legs back and forth off the ground. Wonderful. So this time, we're going to take it to the next leg. So you can either bring your chair to your other side, or you can turn around, whichever you prefer. Make sure that chair is on the other side now, and that inner leg is grounded down into the earth. If it needs to bend a little bit for nice support, go ahead and do so. When you're ready, you can bring that hand to the hip and extend the foot forward. Toes off the ground. And bring it to center. We kick it out. Toes slightly off the ground. Bring it back to center. And we kick it back. And back to center. Extend it forward. Center. Extend it out. Center. Extend it back. Center. Forward. Center. Out. Center. Back. Center. Forward. Center. side, center, back, center, and forward, center, stay nice and tall, side, center, and kick it back. Hold that leg with the glute, and center, shake it out. Wonderful. That was great. We are strengthening those legs. All right. We're going to move into the most important part, the actual balance. We're going to try a tree pose. Fairly simple. You got this. I know you do. We're going to keep that chair right next to us. And we're going to ground that inner foot once again, the foot that is closest to the chair. Your outside foot is going to come against your ankle. So just bring it up. You can leave the toes on the ground and put your heel onto your leg. We're going to start here. Fairly simple. I want you to keep that posture nice and tall. Your other hand can be out or on the hip for good balance, whichever you feel safest with. And make sure you have a nice hold on your chair. For this exercise, I also want you to find one point either on the wall or whatever room that you were in so that you can keep your eyes on. A steady focus point that is going to help you keep that centered balance. So when you find your point and you find your arm position, bring that foot to your ankle. And we're going to hold here. I want 4 big breaths. Inhale. One. Two. Ground that foot down, push through it. 3. And 4. Release. Wonderful. That was great. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to switch my chair so that my inner foot is the other foot. Grounding that foot down. Make sure you feel the sensations throughout your foot, including those toes. Use them to bring you back to center. Your outside foot is going to come right to the ankle. Making sure those hips are straight forward. Your hand can be out or on your hip. Keep those eyes on your focus point. And when you're ready, 4 big breaths. 1. 2. Feel through your entire foot. 3. And 4. Release. Woo! Shake those legs out. Wonderful. Maybe those ankles too. Give them a little shake. Wonderful. Now, because this was our main point, we're going to do it again. You got this. I know. So, we'll take it back to the first foot we balanced on and ground that inner foot. Holding on to the chair. Bring in the other arm to a comfortable spot. Find your focus point and bring that foot to the ankle. Now, if this is too easy for you, you want a little challenge, we're going to bring that foot up to the shin. Just a little bit higher. Just bring it up a tiny bit more. And see how that feels. Keep that chair nice and close to you if you need. But you got this. I want 5 breaths this time. Let's go. Inhale. 1, 2, keep that posture up. 3, 4, core engaged. Exhale, 5, release. Woo! I know you could do it. One more side. Let's go. Switch that chair if you need, or turn over. And we're gonna ground the other foot now. Hand to position, eyes on your point, shoulders back, engage that core. And your foot can come to the ankle or to the shin. Let's do it. 5 breaths. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. You got this. 4. Exhale. 5. Release. Shake it out. Release the legs and the ankles and the feet. You have done it. You worked on your balance. We became stronger today. Great job. Now let's get back into our chair and finish our class. Wonderful. Let's ground our feet back on the earth and our sit bones back on our chair. Give me a nice big inhale in. Bringing the arms up and over, stretching up into the sky. Exhale. We're going to bring the body down towards the floor. You can plant the hands down into the ground and relax the body over the legs. Nice deep breath. Ground the feet. Inhale, roll it up gently. Exhale to relax. Sitting up straight, relaxing the hands onto the legs. Give a nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Thank you so much for joining me today and allowing me to guide you through this balancing practice. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you next time. Bye.